People were associating me with that Dr. Jeweler situation because I went to the Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me.
Hey, the entire industry is shaken by this one. This time, Boosie Badass didn't hold anything back and just went off like never before. The legend from Baton Rouge went online and immediately revealed that Jay Prince and Mike Dice had been manipulating the rap game behind the scenes as if it were a street scam. The rage on his face was visible. He wasn't venting to gain influence. He had had enough. And what he said could be among the riskiest things Boosie has ever spoken in his professional life. It all began when Boosie was speaking live about how the game no longer rewards authenticity. They control the charts, the features, the shows, everything, he declared. The streets no longer determine who is attractive. Then he revealed the names that caused everyone to freeze: Mike Dice and Jay Prince. Instantly, the comment section went bananas. Boosie Wildin' is being typed by people. There's no way he said that out loud. However, he did. He claimed that they were using a dice game to operate this rap thing. They determine the winners and losers. Unless they express it, true artists are unable to breathe at all. Now, if you are familiar with the business, you are aware of how powerful Jay Prince's name is. Respected, feared, and connected on all fronts, the man is a Houston original. Dice, Mike, he's a powerful figure in the background who's said to have connections to labels, promotions, and artist management agreements that are never made public. So when Boosie began criticizing them, it wasn't just careless, it was dangerous.
Texas know what the play is. If you rapping, you celebrity. If you like the strip club, you like to do this, you check in with them, they bringing them bad dice on you. Why you think they Duke the Jeweler, they really couldn't get him? That's why they had, come on, homie.
Boosie claims that after attempting to promote one of his new musicians, he learned about all of this. Every door that ought to have opened, he claimed, was being slammed shut. He said that if he and his team didn't play ball with some middlemen, powerful people would blackball them. At that point, he understood that this had nothing to do with music. It has to do with controlling money. "I've been wondering why the same 5 rappers get pushed no matter what," he remarked. "I can now tell it's rigged. For years, the same man has been the one who sets the dice." It was unbelievable to everyone. Boosie smashed the fourth wall of hip-hop, according to fans. His tone betrayed his dissatisfaction. This wasn't just any old tirade. It was the explosion of years of pressure. "I'm tired of this fake boss talk," he declared. "Everyone claims to be a king, yet they're the ones who are manipulating the game." The internet went crazy when he said it, because if Boosie's claims are accurate, the industry is controlled rather than just unjust. And now there are names behind that control. People were shocked when Boosie's live stream went viral. However, what followed made it a full-fledged storm. Before going public, rumors began to circulate that Boosie had made a private deal. Rumor has it that he negotiated a covert deal with a big distributor, not a label, but one of those corporate middlemen that choose who gets playlisted and who doesn't. It seems that Boosie had been battling them for months in an attempt to get his song on the charts. Additionally, he turned down their offer of a side deal to remain silent. However, he made sure he had documents, emails, texts, and information linking specific players like Jay Prince and Mike Dice to these industry favors. This is why his tirade was different this time. He wasn't discussing theories, he was discussing proof. "They tried to silence me with paperwork, but I ain't signing nothing. I'll tell you what I know." He then implied that he had actual evidence that might cause certain managers to become uneasy. That's crazy. Since Boosie is not your average criminal artist, he is self-sufficient, he is courageous and well-respected. Jay Prince, however, was not amused. After a day, he posted online with his usual composure, saying, "Some people talk too much when they need to think. There are levels in this company, and not everyone should be at the top." Although he didn't mention Boosie by name, everyone understood what he meant. Additionally, a statement from Mike Dice's team said that Boosie was upset because he wasn't winning. However, the internet continued to make connections despite this. Everything began to make sense when people started bringing up earlier interviews in which Boosie talked about getting blackballed. And this is not the first time that something similar has occurred. People have been whispering for years about how some musicians consistently receive the same late-night interviews, award nominations, and sporadic boosts on streaming charts, while others, especially indie artists, are shut out. All of that essentially was confirmed by Boosie. He said, "You can be the realest out, but if they don't stamp you, you're invisible." All over the culture, that phrase struck a deep chord. Fans, producers, and artists swarmed the comments, claiming to have witnessed the same thing: how talent was supplanted by favoritism. Boosie was also supported by a few smaller rappers who claimed to have dealt shady deals with industry fixers in exchange for publicity. This is where things start to get serious. Boosie did more than just criticize the system. He contested it. "You guys can't cancel me because I own myself. I'm not afraid of any men. Whoever attempted to tamper with the people's music, I will expose them." And that's the problem. You're not merely creating enemies when you speak negatively about celebrities like Mike Dice and Jay Prince. You're shaking the industry's foundation. After Boosie revealed his shocking information, it wasn't simply fans responding. The entire hip-hop community was keeping a close eye on it. Everyone was listening, even if some people agreed with him and others said nothing. In a lengthy part, DJ Academic stated if Boosie got real proof, this could flip the game upside down. He added that no one else in Boosie's position has ventured to openly bring up Jay Prince. That, in and of itself, demonstrated how deeply frustrated Boosie is. However, Boosie has previously attacked the system. He has been one of the few musicians to publicly discuss record firms robbing artists, manipulating streaming figures, and even gatekeepers preventing black ownership in the entertainment industry throughout the years. But he wasn't merely speaking this time. He was giving names. "I don't care who you are," he declared. "Hip-hop and the streets are not your property. Give up deciding who gets to shine." Boosie then became emotional on another live stream. He claimed that by refusing to play the industry game, he had lost tour dates and business partnerships. "They want me to bow down, but I'm not built for that," he declared. "Because we are too honest, they don't want real ones in the room." Supporters began referring to him as the last real voice, claiming that, despite his recklessness, Boosie is genuine. Mike Dice attempted to hit back, in the meantime claiming that Boosie was promoting conspiracy theories. However, fans quickly linked Boosie's comments to a video that surfaced showing a smaller artist saying that Dice allegedly guaranteed a chart spot for a fee. People were now claiming that Boosie told no lies. In a subsequent post, even Jay Prince's tone significantly shifted. "There's no Dice rigging over here," he declared. "When they're unable to roll, people toss salt." Fans understood the double meaning despite the clever wordplay. Boosie also uploaded the comment with laughing emojis, and the caption, "Sounds like a guilty role to me," to make it even more bizarre. The internet went crazy with that action. As a result of Boosie's audacity, other rappers began to speak out in silence. "He's correct concerning the industrial plant," some accorded. Some claimed they were too afraid to openly confirm it. The tension was growing, as if there was more than one beef. The real and the rigged were engaged in a power war. Boosie's name was trending worldwide by the conclusion of that week. While half of the industry was supporting him, the other half was making an effort to act as though nothing had happened. One thing is certain, though: Boosie got everyone talking, and the dice he said they were rigging were simply rolled back in their faces. The major question now is what will happen after all the smoking headlines. It's possible that Boosie unintentionally sparked a revolution. The dude is not going to back down. He is, if anything, stepping up. He has been making references to releasing a comprehensive documentary that reveals the inner workings of the game. "I'm going to put faces to the lies," he declared. "We'll see who really rolls the dice if they want to." Fans are excited, yet anxious, because in this field, people don't always react well when you start pulling back the curtains. Insiders claim that Jay Prince and Mike Dice are enraged behind closed doors, not only because Boosie brought them up, but because his remarks are becoming more popular. Individuals who have never previously questioned the system are now avoiding their favorite musicians, wondering who is getting barred and who is getting boosted. It's possible that Boosie revealed information that was never meant to leave the boardroom. Boosie is receiving a lot of praise from followers for being honest, but he's also facing criticism from influential people. According to reports, several promoters canceled upcoming performances while others advised him to keep silent. But Boosie doesn't care. "I'm not hiding," he declared. "I'm good in any hood. I told you. I don't fear the truth." That's street loyalty in action. Boosie has consistently represented the people. Never hesitate to defy expectations. This has a deeper meaning. Boosie's tirade may alter the way artists behave going forward. Rappers are becoming more aware that the game isn't broken, it's fixed. Boosie is calling it rigged dice because of this. Most of those in positions of power aren't even rappers anymore, but they choose who succeeds, who eats, and who fades away. Executives, intermediaries, and gatekeepers are in charge of the block's music, even though they never come into contact with it. Boosie concluded his final live performance with a message that encapsulated everything. Don't sell your soul for bogus love if you have talent. I just stopped betting with these guys because they're bookies and not bosses. Fans were applauding, repeating, and sharing that same line on social media. Because Boosie is not afraid. Regardless of whether you agree with him or not, he expressed aloud what most rappers whisper behind closed doors. So though Boosie may have made himself a target, he also made himself a hero to everyone who was sick and tired of seeing the same old faces in hip-hop. One thing is certain, regardless of whether this results in turmoil or peace, Boosie rolled the dice.